Oh, fine, fine. Good morning to all the. Can we begin? Rajkumar, Cyril.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, Cyril. You can make the people when the people join. Kindly mute them. Okay, that will be better. Yeah. So, good morning to all the UGC net aspirants. And this is a 10 days program that that on the remembrance of Dr. Vishwanathan, we are organizing the program. Please, I request all to mute. Okay, Anna Judge, please mute. And this is a program we are organizing as part of the memory of our friend, as well as our brother, Dr. R. Vishwanathan. He was born in the year 1984. He died because of the COVID in the year 16/5/2021. From the year, we plan to do something for his um, remembrance. That's the reasons we organize this kind of program. Is the second time. This is the second time we are organizing the similar kind of program. The last year also we started. So we plan to continue the same program the every year because for the remembrance of him. And I'm just going to give you a very small brief for 2 minutes about him. After we can directly move to our program. We cannot be accepted because he is not with us. That much of close bond with all of the people. Particularly, he's the man to connect openly to others. So we may be called as he's an extrovert. That much of closeness he connected with all the members, all the friends community. And the thing is that he's having good qualifications and he won't showcase his things to anyone. And he's having the doctorate degree also. That's the reason we are putting the name is called Dr. Vishwanathan Memory. Okay, he's the person, Dr. Vishwanathan. So the photos is visible for you. And we are honored to announce the free UC net coaching class service program on the remembrance of our esteemed colleague and dear friend of Dr. Vishwanathan. And the success of this program depends on the way you are getting a use in it things only. So I request all to get a use in what is it? Use in it certificate as soon as possible. And it's our wish also. We are sharing regularly some of the resources to our group. Um, it may be helping to lead your, preparation and all. So surely I will 100% helping all the aspects. And we maybe call him colloquially as a Viswa. And his qualification is ME, MEd, and PhD. And he has a PhD degree in English. He's a native of Madurai and Tamil Nadu. He was a renowned academician with respect to the district and beyond. Those who know the Tamil Nadu, those who are the teacher education sectors of Tamil Nadu, they knows well the person because he's very much close associated with most of the teacher educators of Tamil Nadu. And he's continued the relationship up to his last breath. And we tragically lost Dr. Vishwanath in the year 2021 due to COVID-19. He was a brilliant mind and was warm and kind-hearted individual. That's the reasons we could not able to forget him since each and every moments. He had always willing to help others, readily assisting friends and colleagues of Madurai and elsewhere. And that's only the reasons we need to be conduct this kind of programs regularly. So this free coaching program is a tribute of Dr. Vishwanath's memory and the way to honor his dedication of to educations. And we believe this the initiative will bring his solace and happiness to his soul in this the third year, and this is the third year of his remembrance. So in this day, it will be a very important day because we started this kind of program as part of the remembrance of him. So thank you so much for your support to join as participants of this program. Surely we will 100% guarantee that we will help you for the getting the success of Usenet program. Sorry for this. Thank you so much once again. All the best to all the participants. You have aspirants of the Usenet. Surely we will help in the aspects. And we have some teams like Raj Kumar. He's the person to take up the entire thing. He's the person to handle the session today. Thank you, Rajkumar. And we have some other sets of people like Cyril and Muthukrishnan and Bala. Like there's plenty of people are supporting for this. Thank you so much, all your support uh, for his dreams to be success. Thank you all, and we'll move to the first day program. Yeah, Rajkumar, please go with this, the first day program.
Okay, thanks. No. Now, kindly make me a source now. Unable to share the screen. Kindly make me a source. Yeah.
It is working, da?
Yeah, it's working. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine, 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 fine.
Now my screen is visible
Yeah,
now.
visible, visible. Go to the full screen mode.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's going. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. And good morning to all. It's my immense pleasure to invite you all for the
It is not
Dr.
a full
R.
screen mode.
Vishwan.
Rajkumar, it's not a full screen. Oh, sorry for this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it
now it's okay. Now it's okay. Fine, fine. Okay.
okay? So once again, I welcome you all for the Dr. R. Vishwanathan Remembrance of free UGC net training class. On behalf of the organizing committee, I invite you all for the session. And today, day one, I'm going to discuss about the topic teaching aptitude. So actually, in the UGC net paper, we have in the first paper one, we have a 10 unit. So this is the unit one. Generally, ask the question for five questions from each unit. So let me discuss the unit one by one. So these are the subtopic of teaching aptitude. So the uh, teaching concepts and objectives, levels of teaching and learner characteristics and factors affecting teaching related to learner, and methods of teaching in institutions, and teacher-centered and learner-centered method, an online offline teaching method, and teaching support systems and evaluation method, and innovations in educational systems that we are going to discuss about the things. Okay, so let me start the first topic, the concept of teaching. So the teaching is the process of attending to the people needs, experience, and feelings, making a specific interventions to the learners and particular things. So now let's understand the concept of teaching. What do you mean by the teaching aptitude? So that the teaching aptitude, that is to teach something to someone. So it's a kind of process. It is a kind of process. So teaching and aptitude, there is two components. That is the two word. Teaching is, it means ability to do. The teaching is means ability to do. The teaching is means to teach something to someone, and aptitude mean ability to do. So the teaching aptitude is nothing ability to teach or ability not to teach. So we need to study the UGC net examinations to inculcate something. So the interventions of commonly the form of questioning and listening, giving a information and explaining something, and phenomena, demonstrating a skill or process, and testing understand capacity, and facilitating the planning activities such as the note taking and discussion, assignment, and writing simulations and practices. And so similarly, we can divide the concept. So teaching means to teach or inculcate to someone, and aptitude means so to teach, ability to teach or ability to not teach. So the teaching aptitude is means ability to teach. Okay, actually we are preparing the net examinations. A lot of people may apply the examination for the post of assistant professor, and JRF are joining the PhD program. So once we are cracking the net examinations, we will eligible to serve professor, assistant professor in any kind of institutions, that may be a government or a government side or a private sector. So as a faculty member, we have to now teach. So for that, teaching is the concept of teaching is important. So this is the introductory part. So the for the past examination paper, they are not asking many questions in the particular topic concept of teaching. And second one is the objectives of teaching. So teaching is nothing, it is the impart of knowledge. So as a teacher, we have to impart knowledge to the learners, and the major objectives they must have guested into the impart of knowledge. It's very important. So now I'm trying to teach something to you, to imparting some knowledge about the teaching aptitude. So after the end of the class, you may be able to know something about the teaching aptitude. So teaching, imparting knowledge only is not only the part of teaching. So as a faculty member, as a teacher, we have to inculcate certain other qualities like for making them the students better at the leadership quality, and helping them become a better team player for inculcating certain moral values. So recently they are asked the question, the most appropriate meaning of teaching. So can you answer the question? Can you able to answer the Yeah, you can
Inculcation
type in
of
a chat
knowledge.
box also.
Second, the modification of
Inculcation of knowledge. Yeah, yeah. So already I said the teaching, the main objectives of teaching is the imparting knowledge. So, but not only that. So it's beyond that. So as a teacher, we have to identify the students to develop or modify their behavior to become a better leader or a good leadership. And the ultimate objectives of teaching is to make a student as a very good citizen of any nation. So that is the right answer. So there's the right answer is the modification of behavior. Yeah. And next, we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is the levels of teaching. So actually, they are classified the levels of teaching into three category. One is the memory, and another one is the understanding and the reflective. So we all know that teaching is the purposeful activity. So the teacher bring the desirable changes in the learner. Both concepts of teaching and the learning interrelated to each other. The development of the all-round personality of the learner is the final goal of the teaching and learning. So during the teaching, interactions takes place between the experienced persons and the inexperienced persons. So that may be a student and a teacher. So they are classified levels of teaching into three category. That is the memory level, that is thoughtless teaching, and understanding. So that is thoughtful teaching, and that one is the reflect, and that is thoughtful level. So the first level of teaching is memory. So memory basically learning what we used to do while we are. So kindly mute your mic.
Muted,
Yeah.
muted. Good, good.
So in the early stage, we are the childhood stage. We memorize something, some particular concept and content without any usage. So that may be we involved in the mugger process. So at the child, we know about utilization of tables and any alphabets and vowels, etc., etc. But we are mugger the things. So that is called as the memory level. And the second one is the understanding. So now I'm teaching something to understand something about the teaching aptitude. So after the end of the class, you might understand something about the particular topic. So and third one is the reflective level of teaching. Uh, so it is the upper thought level. So when you learn something in our classroom practices, and wherever you learn something about the particular concept and content, that you may apply your everyday life. So that is called as the upper thoughtful or the reflective level of teaching. And so now the question session. So which of the following is prescribed level of teaching? So already we have discussed about the three different level of teaching. So that is memory and reflective and understand. And the fourth one is the differentiation. So memory level, we know that is the rote memory. So without understanding, we mug up something. And reflective, we use the concepts and apply the concepts in everyday life and sort out the problem in our everyday life also. And the third one is the understanding. So meaningfully understand particular concept and content. So fourth one is entirely different from the levels of teaching. So that particular answer is differentiation. So next one is the characteristics of teaching. So why we are called as teaching is an art? Yeah, can you please, anyone, why it's called as teaching is an art? Yes, because teaching is an art, because a teacher can teach a particular concept in his own style and own creativity, but the same content and another teacher will teach with his unique style of performance and with the help of using the teaching aids. So that is why it's called as the teaching is an art. So next one is the teaching is the scientific process. So is the scientific process because they are involving in the preparation, planning, doing, act. So these are the some scientific process is called. So the characteristics of teaching. So the characteristics of teaching is nothing. It's a nature. So the first one is the teaching is an act, and the second one is the teaching is a scientific process, and the third one is the teaching is the continuous process. So from the birth to death, the teaching is a happen. So learning is a happen. So through the learning experience, through the people experience, the learning may happen through the birth to death, and it ends up is death. And the fourth one is the teaching is the formal as well as informal. So the learners can learn something from the systematically organized institutions, or else distance of educations, or non-formal educations also involved in the process of teaching. And the teaching is the interactions between the student and teacher. So teacher may ask questions to the students, and and discuss something, and students also can ask the question to the teacher with by clarifying the doubts and misconception, etc. So the teaching is a tool help the students to adjust himself in the society and the environment. So the teaching helps the students to pave the way to adapt the society and mingle with the environment. So these are the different characteristics of teaching. And next we are going to discuss about the learner characteristics. So learner characteristics is very important for the students to present the classroom, which it only by knowing them the teacher would be able to adjust his teaching methodology according to the four major type of characteristics of if you group them in a different group, then the major group would be visible at the first personal characteristics. So totally it's depend upon the age of students who is in age under 10, and the students from 25 years. So we teach different methods of teaching. So the personal characteristics is important thing by the learners. So the similarly regarding the gender and other theories are saying that the women are very good dealing with the emotions at learning languages, when the men are better to dealing with the mathematical and logical problem. So the methodology implied the teacher to deal with the two genders would be different. And the second important learner characteristics is academic background. So the prior knowledge is playing a vital role. So when we teach some new informations and new concepts, the learners may associate with the prior knowledge, so that the academical background is the vital thing of learner characteristics. And so group structure is the matter. So if a teacher can teach thousands of people, 10,000s of people in a single meeting, so while they may be use something different kinds of methodology, but in the case of one-to-one teaching, definitely the teacher use another kind of methodology. So the fourth characteristics is cognitive structure. So the cognitive structure is nothing, it's basic things which deals with the mental markup and memory retentions and intellectual capacity, and as all of the things must to look before starting your teaching. So here the span of attentions and memory retentions and intellectual capacity and economic and value emotional intelligence and culture and social skills and health is important for the learner characteristics. So for example, if you teach in a 5 year or a KG students, they cannot able to sit up to 10 minutes. They may run here and there. But in the case of 25-year students, if you teach to them, so definitely their span of attention is retained to a long time. So the cognitive structure is a important thing for the learner characteristics. And the teacher characteristics. So the teacher characteristics particularly that talks about what we are the characteristics of good character. So you might be wonder, it's a very simple. Teacher should know enough about the subject matter that is going to teach. So as a teacher, well versed in their disciplinary knowledge and subject knowledge. And second one is the it's a good education to teach is a prior knowledge and this command over the subject matter. But if you want to become a good teacher, you must have important some skill setup. So that is the present the content. So you need to develop some good skills to present the content. You may be good in a content matter, but you have to develop the skill how to present the thing, how to communicate with the student, how to communicate with the public. So these are the things is important skill of teacher characteristic. And third one is the personality and positive attitude and sense of humor. So you are a good in content matter, you are a good skill, and you need develop your sense of humor for the classroom practices. And you do encourage the students become enjoying your session. And also you have to develop the personality positive attitude, so that helps the students become a learner from you. So these are the different types of learners characteristics. And so this is the question: when some students attempt disturb the discipline of the class, acting mischief, what will the role of teacher? Can you answer, please? Expel
Option
those
4.
students, isolate the absent 4, give them opportunity to introspection and improve the behavior is the answer. Yes. So a good teacher would always help the students and introspect and correct their own behavior, rather than being an authority figure and telling that is your punishment. So to make sure you look teaching aptitude from the length, you know what the characteristics of good teacher and what are the characteristics of learning accordingly. And these are the some characteristics of adolescence. So these are the five different types of development. The first one is the physical development, and second one is the intellectual development, the third one is the social development, and fourth one is the emotional, and finally the moral development. So in the case of physical development, so the restless and fatigue due to the hormonal changes and developing some sexual awareness, often touching and dumping and bodily change that may cause awkward and unconditioned movement. And the second one is the intellectual development. So that intellectual development, so from concentrate to abstract thinking, and they are an ability to self-reflective and prefer the active over passive learning, and interest in interacting with the peer group and during the learning activities. And they may be ability to be self-reflective and demand the relevance in learning and what they being taught. So developing the capacity to understand the higher levels of humor and some which may be misunderstood by others to be sarcastic or even aggressive. And the third one is the social development. So social development is nothing exploring the question of racial ethnic identity and seeking peers to who share the same background, and exploring questions of sexual identity invisible or visible in ways. So the feeling intimidated or frightened by the initial middle school experience, and liking fads and being interested popular culture, overreacting and ridicule, embarrassment and rejections, and seeking approval of peers and other with an attention of behavior. So these are the some social development of adolescence learners. And next, the emotional and psychological development. So the emotional development, the mood swing marked by peak intensity and unpredictability. So the moods are marked and peaks intensity and unpredictability, and concerned about the physical growth and maturity, and a belief that the personal problems and feelings and experiences are unique to themselves. So, and desire to become independent, to search for adult and identity for acceptances, and self-consciousness being sensitive to the personal criticism, and a belief that the personal problem, feeling, and experiences are unique themselves, and overreacting of little and embarrassment and rejection. So seeking approvals and getting attentions of behavior is also a form of emotional development. And finally, the moral development and understanding the complexity of moral issues and judging others quickly, acknowledge one's and own fault slowly. So being a capable and interested participating in democracy and impatience with the pace of change and underestimating how difficult to make social changes and need and being influenced by adult roles and who will listen be trustworthy. And finally, so relying on parents are important of adult for advice but waiting to make their own decisions. So these are the some learner characteristics. So these are the characteristics of developmental stages, and the adolescents facing this much of problems and they are react to the society right now. And next one is the adult learners and their characteristics. So the adult learners and characteristics. So for the first one is the problem centered. So seek educational solutions, and the second one is the result oriented. Have specific goals in the mind for education and self-directed and typically not dependent on other directions, and often skeptical about new informations and prefer to it before accepting it, and seek educations related to or applies the direct pursuits needs, and that is the timely and appropriate for their current lives. So accept the responsibility for their own learning and is perceived as timely appropriate. Yeah. And some of the difference between the individual differences. So the individual differences are more or less enduring the psychological characters that distinguish the person from the another helps to define the each personality. So it's causes by the nature and nurture, and the individual differences may differ from based on the interest, attitudes, values, and skills and self-concept. So we in psychology, lot of psychologists are there. Will and E.L. Thorndike, J.B. Watson, R.B. Cuttle, and Jastrow and Ebbinghaus. So they are the different people from the psychology. They have different concepts of psychology. So likewise, in this change is seen physical form of height and weight and height of complexion and strength and etc. So that is different in intelligence and achievements. So kindly mute your mic, please. Interest and attitude and aptitude, learning habits and motor ability skills. And each man has intellectual capacity through he gains experiences and learning. So every person has emotions of love, anger, and feeling of pleasure and pain. So every man has the need of independence, success, and need of acceptance. Yeah, here some psychologists classify the personalities in six types. That is by stranger, theoretical, economic, aesthetic, and social and political and religious. And Jung classified the people into three categories: the introvert, extrovert, and ambivert. So the trotter divided into individual into stable minded, unstable minded, and Jordan thinks the personality into active and reflective type. And Thorndike classified the people into four category: objective basis thinking, abstract thinkers, analytical thinkers, and objective thinkers, and the thinkers whom sensory experience is predominant. And Terman and classified the people into nine category. That may be genius, neo genius, very superior, superior, average, and backward, and feeble-minded, dull, and idiot. So these are the some different personal characters reported by some expert in the field of psychology. And next one is the factors affecting uh, uh, so, before that, I would like to some more content added in the individual differences. So actually, so different interest. So it refers to the motivating force, and it's attended to the person's thing and activity. So in the educational field, is different interest means you observe some students like a particular subject and teacher and hobby or professional. So once one some students may perform in a perform well in a particular subject, that maybe he attracted by the subject or attracted by the teacher or else he attracted by his interest. And another one is the different attitude. So the different attitude is psyche related something. So the few learners have positive attitudes toward the specific topic and subject and professions, and other So the role of educational society is to develop the positive attitude to the students. Then only they develop, they get some more positive things to learn thing and serve the society. And the different values. So values of the things that are given importance by the individual. So some learners value materials, lifestyles, and others more. Others are moral. Others morals are spiritual and religious oriented. So the education must would mind the young generations to have balanced values between the materialism and the spiritualism. And next one is the study habit. So study habit. So clearly observed that some students markedly differ from the other students in their study habit. Some students are studious and study all subject in a well manner, but some students express their interest to the particular subject only. Some people may study with the group, and some people are study with isolated things. So individually may learn lot of things. So the study habit is also differ from the person to person. And the psychomotor skills. So psychomotor skills is related to some skill of acquisition, and some students differ in the area also. So some students like football, some students like cricket, and some students are easily learn operating the machine, and some of may not. So a wise teacher should diagnose the student's psychomotor and abilities and encourage the in that particular right direction. So next one is the different self concepts. So difference in self concept is totality of attitudes and judgment and the values of an individual and relating to his behavior and abilities and qualities. So some students have positive self concepts that boost their confidence level and perform better than who have negative self image. So as a teacher, we have to develop the positive self-image among the students. So the individual differences may differ from the person to person. So that maybe even in the that they are also having some different attitude, different interests, different perception, different concepts, and different skills. Okay. Yeah. So now move on to next slide. That is the factors affecting teaching. So these are the different differences, personality basis of something. Okay. So So the first one is the institution. So different kinds of institutions may in the important role, because some institutions they are following some kind of a curriculum that may be autonomous institutions that may be affiliated by the university or something. And learning environment is also playing important things, and intersectional specialities. Some institutions or teachers have provide some good instructional things. So kindly mute your mic, please. And supporting teacher may provide some support material and learner and the teacher. So these are the some factors influencing the teaching. Yeah, the first one is the teacher. The first one is the teacher. So teachers should have a great qualification or eligible qualifications, and he's a mastery in subject matter, and he have good experience, and also he have a knowledge to present the content in classroom practices and somewhere. And the teachers should develop the communications and the use of teaching aids and methods of teaching and passion for the teacher. So this is about teachers. And next one is the learner. So the learner characteristics. So the learner's language and cultural and social behavior and intelligence, social economical status and interest, aptitude, attitude, motivation, and mental health. That is also playing a role in factors affecting the teaching. Yeah, okay. And the nature of language may differ from the person to person. So they are migrated into another state. They learn something in their different language, and the cultural. So each one have own cultural and heritage thing, and
And
social
that
behavior also things. And intelligence is also differ from the person to person, and some economic status. So etc. etc. So these are the some learner characteristics that's affecting the teaching and learning. And supporting the material. So training and support material, so that used by enable the teacher to change the student's behavior and replicate the changed behavior in a classroom. So that is also used to assess score of teaching strategies and lesson plan and use of traditional and modern ICT based tools, and the acquire of skills and various teaching strategy and implementation of teaching process is also important thing by providing the support material. And next one is the learning environment. So the classroom environment and social economic factor and expectations. So that is from differ from the learning environment and the institutions. So the policy of institution and teaching method and student teacher ratio, infrastructure and environmental material resources, that is also affected by the teaching and learning process. And next we are going to discuss about the of teaching. So, so other kind of vision that we seen in online teaching versus offline teaching. So now that a lot of new teaching companies are starting up in India. So what teaching thought their website and do that some apps. So this is how we are trying to take teaching in another level of moving beyond the classroom. So like Byju's and other mobile applications, they are introduced through the online methods of teaching. So the teacher and teach the students in the classroom setup. The demerits of teaching are the lack of flexibility and open anytime and anywhere, and the student has to be present in the classroom so that the teacher can deliver is the last lecture also the same time. If you look offline teaching method, you will be find some limited number of students can be taught and through his method on the other online teaching. The new feature is the which as the teacher upload the content on the website and YouTube channels and listen what these concepts of videos and learns to give online mock test, and we can teach online through a large number of people. Also more flexible teacher can teach anytime anywhere, and the students can also study anytime and anywhere. So the only important thing, the require thing is in online teaching that is internet. So if you have a good connectivity of internet, and you can teach millions of people and of learning students sitting in from home from their home and learn lot of informations. And another method is the teacher centric and student centric. So in the case of teacher centric, so teacher only playing a role, so continuously he enter into the class and teach something, and the monotonously the content may deliver in the classroom practice. But in the case of student centric, student may involve in the process of learning things. So now I'm teaching something about teaching aptitude. So and during the class, during my class, I'm asked to post some answer in the chat box and mute on your mic answers my questions. So that is the kind of a student centric. So whenever student may has some arise some doubts and discussion that happen in the process student centric learning. Yeah. So next one is the e-learning.
Rajkumar, sorry, unmute. Do this unmute in your end. Rajkumar?
Okay.
Yeah, now it's okay. Now it's okay. Sorry.
Now PPT is visible now.
Visible, visible.
Yeah, okay, fine. And so that e-learning facilities, there are a lot of initiative taken by the Indian government worldwide, so that they are promoting the e-learning through the important initiative through the MOOC courses. So the MOOC stand for a massive open courses, so which are designed by great university of world like Harvard University, Oxford University, Cambridge University, and these are the professors are putting courses on websites like Udacity, edX, Canvas, Void, Diversity, and Open to Study and Future to Learn. So can incorporate it, they can join the courses like this platform, and they can get a more knowledge from the worldwide university, because they have a platform. They discussion forum. They can arise the questions in the discussion forum. As a course coordinator, as a course staff may answer your, as well as the peer group is also interacting with you. They are the people from various country and various nations. So this is my MOOC certificate. Recently, I have completed from the University of Edinburgh. The course is Sit Less and Get Active, and another one platform, that is the Swayam. So this is my certificate completed through this Swayam platform. So actually, Swayam. So this is Indian government initiated. So that were taken by the Indian government, known as the Swayam. So Swayam, abbreviation of Swayam is Study Web of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Mind. The Swayam is initiative taken by the government of India on July 9, 2017. So where all the 9 great Indian institutions put up their courses free of cost, the website, so that any student across in India and enroll courses and get more benefited from the professors and courses content and the esteemed university. So here I have mentioned the 9 universities, that is AITE. They are offering the course of self-paced and international courses. And next one is the NPTEL National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning for Engineering. And next one is the UGC, so University Grant Commissions for non-technical post graduation, for post graduation and graduation. They are offering the course. And next one is the NCRT, National Council for Research and Training for School Education, and NI, National Institute of Open Schooling for the school education. And next one is the IGNOU, Indira Gandhi National Open University, for out of school students. And next one is the IMB, Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, for management courses. And NITTTR, so National Institute of Technical Teacher Training, and they are offering the courses for training program. Now, recently added another one national level coordinator, that is INI, that is Institute of National Importance. So here before they are asked the questions, lot of questions from what expand the abbreviation of Swayam, and how many coordinators, how many courses. Actually, in the Swayam platform, more than 2,500 courses are available, and now they are developed to deliver some courses in the regional languages also. Now it's up to 3,000 courses are available in the Swayam courses, and around national level professors from various university or colleges, they are act as a course coordinator for the Swayam platform. And next one is the Consortium for Educational Communication. So the great initiative in the field of e-learning was taken by UGC for long back in the year of 1993. So when established, CEC stand for Consortium for Educational Communication. It's basically a platform where a great lecture and put up the lectures and taking a part of major topics that are a part of higher educations. And this video is available for fast for everybody on YouTube. It's just need a type to CEC, and you will be find some channel through the YouTube with a great professors, and taking a lecture on history, political science, English, and geography. So the one thing, to mention the right name of your subject, and you can get the particular subject content through this video. So it's an initiative taken by the Indian government, that any person who is living in India and can access these lectures. A person who living a very small village from Chinnalapatti to Chinnamanur, or in a remote area, can also access this great lecture from the great professors and can enhance their knowledge. So next, e-Pathsala. So it is another initiative by the Indian government, so known as the e-Pathsala. It has been taken by MHRD, Ministry of Human Development, and the National Council for Educational Research and Training. So both of them have together started the e-Pathsala. It is a platform where you will find some resources, text box or a video lecture, and all the series of everything, these two, that student, teachers, and parents, everybody can access the resource from any part of the country. So there is the e-Pathsala, a gateway to all postgraduate courses. So the question, so what is the full form of question? So these are previously asked the question, and we know very well about the Swayam portal is for. Can you able to answer? Swayam is a portal for
Both
so
B and
promoting
C,
high
sir.
quality education.
Both
So
A
both
and
C
B.
and C, yes, yeah, yeah, very good. So it's improving the access of high quality education and telecasting high quality educational content of free charge. So that is the exact. So both A, B, and C. So what is the full form of Swayam? What is the full form
Study
of
for the aspiring minds.
yeah, study
Study
web
verb,
of
study verbs, active learning, young aspiring minds.
yeah, exactly, sir. Thank you. So study web of active learning for young aspiring mind is the right answer. Yes. So these are this question is a previously was asked, but now the thing was changed. They maybe asked a lot of different questions from the particular e-learning. So next one is the Swayam Prabha. So this is also one of the initiated by Indian government. So the 34 DTH channels has introduced by the Swayam Prabha, and especially for mechanical engineering and other branches of engineering, and more than 40 and 1,20,000 and 600 and title of contents are available in the Swayam Prabha. So the channel, the professors, IIT, NIT, and they are introduce these lessons and develop the video and telecast through the Swayam Prabha. And next one is the teaching support system. So the teaching support system. So the teaching support system, it's teaching about systems are nothing and teaching aids. There are the sources of a feature and used to in order to make learning more effective and long time. So basically, we have two kinds of teaching support system. One is the traditional and another one is the modern. So in the case traditional system, as a teacher may use the blackboard, map, and diagram and charts. So in our childhood we know very well about using how to use the map. Said bring your world map for tomorrow classes, and all are purchase the world map or some other river map or state map or district map for the very well about the traditional teaching, especially for the map and chart system, and and some other teaching aid also the teacher may be used. But in the case modern, so teacher may use some projector, audio visual aids, and a ebook. So if you look at the smart and online classes which are running every, so the teacher are generally using audio visual clips so that we as students can interact and engage to find out the more interesting. Similarly, now the time is Kindle ebook, and so nobody caring about the printed versions, printed material. So all are skipped into using a PDF and e format only. So it's just download the ebook and the device and read it in the online. So that is the support to the modern teaching system. So the teaching that become a common these days. So this is the very general topic. I think you have observed at the teaching aid of your surroundings. Next slide. So this is the question: why teacher use teaching aids? To attract the students and minimize the problem in the classroom, optimize learning outcome, and effective engagement in learning tasks.
Effective engagement of studies in the learning tasks, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. So effective engagement of students in learning tasks is the right answer. Okay, so the reason is using a correct answer was make a lesson and more engaging to enhance the engagement of the student. So students should enter the engagement and should find the lesson interesting so that we learning can happen quickly, longer period of time. So that main of teaching aid is teaching support system. And next one is the evaluation system. So evaluation system, so basically there are no point of teaching without knowing whether the student has understood the concept or not. So the evaluation system is helps to understand the teacher has been made effectively, or whether the student has learned the informations, and do it make it any changes in our teaching methodology so that students can become better as the learner, as we can completed as the teachers teach us. If you look evaluation system, that measures the kind of evaluation. So there is the formative evaluation, and another one is the summative evaluation. So that formative evaluation system is basically known as internal examinations and conducted during the course. So formative evaluation is nothing during the course or program conducting an examination is called formative evaluation. The end of the course or end of the semester is conducting examination is called as summative examination. So I would like to give on a good example. If your mother or if your sister preparing any non-vegetarian dish, so during the preparation they may be check the dish. For example, if your mother chettinad chicken, and during the preparation she may test the dish. So if she want to add some spices or some salt, they can add immediately for the betterment of the dish. But in the case of summative examination, summative evaluation, so after preparing the dish, as a taster they may give a feedback, it's a good or be bad only. So this is the some difference between the formative and summative evaluation. Formative is nothing in the course or a program is conducting an examination is called as the formative, for the betterment of the learners, for the further success of learners. And so summative evaluations, we can give a result alone. So the formative is the process oriented, but in the case of summative is the product. We can give a comment only. And next slide. So, what is the purpose of formative evaluation system? The options are a grades learning outcome, uh, accelerate the students' learning performance, and to promote the students from one class to next class, and provide the feedback for their effectiveness. So here, to promote the students from one class to another class is a kind of summative evaluation, and provide the feedback for teacher effectiveness, that is
D.
a summative evaluation. And the grade the students learning outcome, that is also measuring the students understanding. And the right answer is accelerate the student
D.
learning performance.
Option B.
Option B is the right answer. Yes, very good. And so apart from that, so we know very well formative evaluation and summative evaluation.
Rajkumar?
Oh, on stage.
1 minute, he will be joined on. Okay. Disconnect, right? Yeah, for the 2 minutes. Okay, he'd like to share the screen.
I'm on.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah,
Share the screen.
thank you now. Yes, please. Is it visible now?
Visible. Share the screen.
Okay now?
No, the screen is not visible.
Yes, yes, please.
Share the entire screen.
Please. Yeah, sure, sure. Sure, sure.
Yeah, visible. Okay, go for the slide presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Go with this.
Yeah, so this is the CGPA that was introduced by the CBSE in the year of 2010, especially for 10th standard. The subject performance of the students is recorded in the form of grades. And next one is the computer-based test. So it's also known as the CBT. So nowadays, NTA, UGC, NTA, NET also conducted through this method only, and it refers to delivering the assessment with the computers in an alternative use of and pen method. So such a test can be conducted online on internet of computer-aided facility, and usually this test examination is carried out by the organizations of evaluate and analyze and candidate performance and skills and ability, etc., etc. So a lot of educational institution is following to conducting through the online examination, especially some MOOC courses and the SWAYAM courses. They are also conducting examinations through this computer-based testing only. So with the integration of features like multiple choice questions and descriptive answers and analytical-based questions of CBT online, it simplifies the evaluation task of the teacher. So the faculty can be assured that the knowledge level of student-based test mapping and final result. So once they are following to use the computer-based testing, they can very quickly and shortly release the result. So that's help of helps the teachers and learners to announce the result in a very short period. And some innovations in a evaluation system, so concept map. So at the end of the class, or we can concise the brief the content through the concept map, and we can conduct some concept test based on the thing. We can conduct a 1 minute paper test that maybe that is not exactly 1 minute, that is we can give 10 minutes, 10 minutes for the learners. We can check the understanding of learners based on the content for the purpose conducting some concept test and e-portfolio. So we can assess the students understanding through the e-portfolio also. And talks of performance, now a lot of podcast is available, and based on our understanding, based on our doubt, we can ask through the AI based podcast. And talk show, we can check the students understanding by given a topic and deliver something. And assessment rubrics, so we can provide some skeletal for how to assess the particular content, how to assess the particular concepts, for giving by the assessment of rubrics. And just in a time teaching, so as a teacher can provide some time for to the students for check or evaluate the understanding of students performance. And some artificial intelligence also used in the evaluation systems. And so this is the question: the performance of students is compared with the another students, which type of assessment, which type of testing?
Non-reference. Option 4, sir.
Yeah, option 4, norm reference test is right. In the case of criterion reference test, so we have fixed the benchmark. For example, 90 percentage. So based on the 90 percentage, we can compare students in the compare the students in the benchmark. But in the case of norm preference test, we can check the one student's performance with the other student's performance in the classroom. And the second one is the diagnostic test. So diagnostic test is nothing to find out the problem of the learners, and to give a remedy for the things. For the purpose conducting a test is called as the diagnostic test. And next one is the summative test. Summative is nothing at the end of the course or end of the semester conducting an examination. And so which of the learner characteristics is influenced the perspective in a course of study? So absence are learner commitment and parent interest in the learner, and the prior knowledge of the learner and skill of the learner, and families of the learners, socioeconomic background of the family in which learners belongs.
Option 1, sir.
Option 1 is the answer. So option learner commitment and prior knowledge of the learner, and the fourth socioeconomic background of the family to which learners belongs is the right answer. Option 1 is the right answer. And yeah, so it's not properly visible. So which of the strategies in the list given in the associated with the direct teaching? Options are providing examples and explanations and promoting inquiry, focusing on concepts and giving review and recapitulations and offering the practice and feedback, problem raising and problem solving. Choose the
Option
correct
three,
answer
sir.
given below.
Option three, sir.
Option 3 is the right answer. The options are 1 to 5. 1 is providing example and explanation, and 4 for giving the review and recapitulations, and 5 for offering practice and feedback. So option 3 is the right answer. Next slide. So which among the following reflects the best qualities of teaching in classroom? Options are
Option four, sir. Two. Option two, sir. Through the
Option
quality of
2, sir.
questions asked by
2.
students in classroom.
Question A.
Option two,
Sorry,
sir.
answer A.
by the students in the classroom. Once you allow quality classroom. And what is the purpose of understanding the use of teaching?
The question is not visible, sir.
Rajkumar, the screen is not visible. Please stop sharing. Yeah, he will rectify. So there will be network issue at the end of the episode.
So sorry for the interruption.
Okay, okay. Go with this. Go with this.
Yes. So which among these following reflects the best qualities of teaching in classroom?
Option
The
two, sir.
answers are through the use of many teaching aids in the classroom, through the quality questions asked in the students in the classroom, through the full attention in the attendance in the classroom, through the observations of silence by the students in the classroom. What is the exact answer? The answer
Option
is
two, sir.
exact answer. Yes, yes, very good, very good. So through the qualities of questions asked by the students in a classroom. So once you allow the students to ask the question in a classroom, your class become a quality classroom. Yeah, yeah, very good, very good. And next question, what is the purpose of underlying the use of teaching aid? To make the options are to make the lessons interesting and captures lessons of students' attention, to enhance the access the technology, to optimize the learning outcomes. And democracy in the classroom is the best reflected through allowing the students freedom. Kindly meet your mic, please. Yeah, so democracy
Sir,
in the classroom is the best.
kindly show the previous slide.
Please. So, what is the purpose of underlying the use of teaching aid? Is it okay, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, the exact answer is to optimize
Fourth
the
one.
learning outcome. Yeah. So, democracy in classroom is best reflected through allowing the students freedom to the observance of classroom rules and regulations, allowing the classes decide the curricular experience of the classroom, allowing the maximum participation of all students in the classroom activities, and none of the above. The exact answer is allowing the maximum participation of all students in the classroom activities.
Option C.
And Yeah, option C is the correct answer. Yes, very good. So if majority of students in our class are weak, what would you do? If majority of students in our class are weak, what would you do? So keep your speed of teaching fast so that students' comprehensions level
Option
may
D, sir.
increase. Not cap. Yeah, option
Answer
D is
T,
the
sir.
right.
T, T.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Option D, sir.
Option D is the right answer. Keep your teaching slow along with some extra guidance to bright people is the right answer. Yeah, here I could complete my unit one, that is teaching aptitude. I hope you may understand something about teaching aptitude. So if you have any, please ask me. So these are the some book materials prescribed by many publications. So Gagan and Kumar, Danika publishing comparisons, and Arihan publications. So every year they are updated. Some previous questions book also available. If you want to purchase and for the test purpose, you can use these publications. And the only thing, the books are more than 600, 700, 800 pages, and that is the very big problem to mug up or read the thing in a very short period. Instead of that, you can attend some previous questions and some test material. A lot of AI is available. You can post, you can type, you can give a keyword to search something about particular topic based on the test or content oriented. You can get some information through the artificial intelligence and you can use and crack your nation. Thank you.
Sir, good morning, sir. Good morning,
Yes, ma'am.
sir.
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
any available for second paper management book? Sir, available for
I didn't
management
get you, ma'am.
second paper.
Management. She's
Management
asking
book.
about the management.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
So yeah, so the Aragon publication is for all subjects. So whatever the content, whatever the material you can use for your preparation, but only I suggest only incline or dip the book material for test purpose only.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, sir.
thank you.
Evening, sir. I have one doubt. Can you explain?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Sir, can you explain the criterion-based testing and norm-based testing one more time?
Yeah. So yes, ma'am. So criterions reference test, we have fixed some benchmark like 60 percentage, 70 percentage. So based on the percentage, the fixed benchmark, we can compare the students' performance in the classroom. But in the case of norms reference test, we can compare one student's performance with another student performance. For example, once get 9.8 CGPA in classroom performance, and we can compare criteria norms based test with another two more percentage are beyond the particular students, and remaining 90 percentage of students, 97 percentage of students below the particular students. So that is the norm for one student performance is compared with another students or another peer group performance. That is the some difference between the and norms difference.
Thank you so much.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
சார் ஸ்வயம்ல 9 கோஆர்டினேட்டர்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு சொன்னீங்க. அதுல 10 to 1 சொன்னீங்க. அதை மட்டும் ஒரு தடவை ரிப்பீட் பண்ண முடியுமா சார்?
Yes,
நியூலி ஆடடா
INI,
சார்?
ma'am.
INI
Yes, recently added. Yes.
Recently added. Okay. Thank you,
They
sir.
are recently added the 10.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
And sir, what is mean by e-portfolio?
So portfolio, it's a new methods of evaluation. We can assess the students' performance with the evidence. So with for example, you have some curriculum vitae, a lot of questions you may added in your CV. But in the case of electronical thing, you can add some evidence, documentations. So based on in the subject matter, students may evaluate it or assessed through the e-portfolio by making some supporting document and information through the any digital mode.
So can I add
Thank
some
you,
more
sir.
point? Can I add some more points in this? Madam, e-portfolio is an electronic evidence. It's an electronic evidence. For example, you can what are the things you done? For example, the students are submitting the assignment through the paper based. No, instead of the students have to compile all the this is which they develop by themselves. They can document it in a website or they make it as a blog. So they can compile all the credentials in the blog aspects or in a wiki. Then the teacher may be accessed through the blog and wiki. They can give this mark. That kind of assessment practice called as e-portfolio is an electronic evidence of the individuals. Okay, it's an electronic
Thank you
evidence.
so much.
The
Thank you
compilation.
so much.
Thank you. And there is one more thing I just like to give it. Thank you, Rajkumar, to give this wonderful insights. The question from the participants like criterion reference as well as norm reference. Criterion reference, as already Rajkumar pointed out, the criterion means like a criteria. For example, when you like to measure the dance performance of someone, there are some criteria. You know the criteria like, hope my voice is audible. There is a criteria like the steps, then facial expression like this. They have some kind of criteria to access it. So that's called some criterion. The criteria means we can fix some criteria to access the performance of the individual. But the norm references, we need to compare the other student. For example, the best example, UGC examination. The UGC examination results based on the percentage only. So, for example, if you are getting the 96%, it seems that there will be a 4% of people above this or below this. Like this, there is a percentage, there is a position, the percentage talking about the position. Similarly, the norm reference talking about the comparison to other people, the what position you are. So, like best example, the IQ test or the case of using net examination, they're conducting this kind of norm references only. Hope you are getting some insight about this. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Can you conclude? I hope there is no questions on the participant side. Any other questions? Yeah. So thank you, Rajkumar, for your wonderful insights on the teaching aptitude. Hope that participants get some insights about how to go with this UGC examinations of the paper 1. Thank you so much for your wonderful insight. Yeah. And dear participants, today afternoon, the unit number 2, teaching, research aptitude. That sharply 6:30 I request all to join in the evening 6:30 to 8 o'clock. All the best for your learning.
Thank you so much.
Rajkumar, any other instruction you'd like to give? Please give this to them. Okay.
Sir, can you please share the
No,
PPT?
no. So we'll post in the group now.
Okay,
Sir,
okay.
today,
Yeah. So they will share, Rajkumar, they asking the resources, kindly share this.
Sir, can you share today's PPT?
Yes, ma'am. We'll send through the group, ma'am.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Bye.
Okay, now
So
we'll meet in the
we can
morning.
officially close this meeting. Okay. Okay. Sure.
Thank you.